What's up, everybody? Gonna do a kind of a quick or a few minute recap for you guys. Let me just share that we are live and then I'll be with you guys. All right. So, what's up, everybody? How is it going? I'm just going to make a few minute update video today. Take a look and see what happened in the markets and some of our trade alerts, see how they did today. I just came back from, I went to Atlantic City for a few days with my father. Not a vacation by any means. Enjoyed spending time with my father, but I am not a fan of casinos. And it was more draining than a vacation. So it was definitely not a vacation. Weather was very gloomy. And I spent most of my time in a cigarette smoke-filled hotel. I do not like cigarette smoke. And the room was non-smoking. But it had that lingering effect. So it was like, I think like you get this smoke, you get this non-smoking room. Everybody goes to the casino where everybody's smoking. Then you go back into your room and it's got the stale cigarette smoke. So I got allergies and stuff. I cough enough as it is. So never mind going back to your hotel room and you got all that. Ugh, it's gross. Still rocking the T-Stark goatee. I don't know what this is. I got this weird facial hair. It kind of grows in. It kind of doesn't grow in. I don't know what I got. So I got something going on here. So yeah, I went to Atlantic City for a couple days. It was kind of tiring. I went to, hold on, I gotta turn my fan on. And I drove, because I never been to Seaside Heights. I went and saw where they filmed the Jersey Shore. Not impressed. But it was interesting. Me and my dad, I went on one of those like roller coaster things that go up in the air and they kind of flip and they turn around and upside down. So that was kind of cool. My dad's like 70 years old and he went on a roller coaster with me, which was pretty fun. So it was enjoyable, but I'm just a routine person. I don't like traveling much. So I'm glad to be back. And plus we've been getting all stuff up and running with everything and making sure our members are taken care of and all of that good stuff. So my life's kind of boring, not very adventurous. So that's where I was for a couple days. Dan rocked it as usual. And so now we're back here, guys. So, going to do a stream for you guys today. I didn't even look really at any of these did. So we will take a look. We'll see how they did. I'm going to put my trusty, what do you call this, wrist protector on. Because I'm 40 years old now and everything seems to fall apart. All my joints. So it's like knee pain, back pain, wrist pain, all that good stuff. That's what happens when you stand all day. You can do streams for you guys, right? So, all right, so I got the futures pulled up here. You guys can see the futures ES up here, and you guys can see it's got a big kind of rising wedge pattern. The problem with rising wedge patterns is they kind of usually, or many times, they end up falling when they reject. But right now you can see it's kind of in this channel right in here, and now you can see it's catching up here to all-time highs. I think it just broke it the other day. This is the futures again. So we'll see. You know, many times these rising wedges could turn into an ascending triangle as well. So we got to watch here. Lots of indecision. This is big kind of yo-yo effect going on here. But as you can see, just kind of draw your trend lines, right? Peaks and valleys. And price is trading right in the middle of this rising wedge. So we will see what it does, but obviously when you see days like this and this and this is like that indecision, right? And indecision affects stocks. So many of these trades will go, and swing trades pretty much this year, it's been hard holding anything long term. You get a day or two, it seems like, pop out of it, and then it kind of trades sideways or pulls back. So many times these swing trades that you can normally hold for a week or two might be only held for a day or two. So again, that's why, when we do our watch list and the alerts, make sure that you don't just buy anything just because the alert goes off. Again, if you're new to our community, read our trade alerts page here. We are not a stock pumping service, so you'll read how our alerts work over here, right? So we give you key support and resistance levels when the alert goes off. Then you got to see if the pattern intraday forms, right? You want to have a good, depending on what type of trader you are, right? If you're more of a shorter term or swing trader, you want to have a good daily chart set up. Look at the hourly, look at the 5-minute intraday, and get your entries on a 5-minute, and then decide, obviously your exit strategy when you're going to sell. So that being said, that's what the market is doing right now, kind of trading in the middle of a rising wedge. So we shall see what happens there. So let's take a look at some of the alerts from last night, see how they did. Let's take a look at Microsoft first. We had an alert at or above 107.06. So let's go V bottom on the hourly, in an uptrend on the daily. Watch for resistance at $110. Let's see how that works. Right. So what do we have here? V bottom on the hourly, right? So let's go to the hourly. And there's a V bottom right here. So it's contending with this 200 SMA right here, that 108, and it's bouncing off of it right here. This 108 area. So V bottom, but it's also got kind of an inverse head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Needs to break out above this neckline. So you'll see, let me go back to the daily. You can see some resistance right around that $110 marker right here, right there. You could also see kind of a double bottom on the daily as well. Bottom here, bottom here. So this has some room to move if it can move up, right? But it kind of went up today, pulled back. You can still kind of see intraday, maybe an inverse head and shoulders forming. Got to watch and see, but it's got to get above that 108 marker for some potential continuation up. So at this point, we did at or above 107.06. So it got up to 108.16. So this thing did move really quick this morning, and then it pulled back, right? So it had a pretty good dollar run. Let's see on the 1 minute when you would have caught it. You would have had to catch it probably pretty early today. Right over in here. So you had kind of a bull flaggish right here. So this one, if you caught it early, you can see it kind of pulled back. Kind of a bull, but it's weird, right? So this is kind of a weirder one on a 1 minute. If you got into break of this candle or you waited over in here, you could have gotten a break of this 107.20. And then when you started getting weakness below the 9 EMA, you could get out. Again, it's all depending what your risk management is. You can wait, you could, again, you want to sell when it gets near these resistance levels and take your profits. But again, it's all depending what your strategy is. Sometimes you can hold longer, but the problem is you got to take the market factors into consideration right now, where it's going up, kind of pulling back, trading sideways. So this one gave you the potential 107.06 right in this area right here, right? Previous close it went up, pulled back, kind of a little bit messy of a flag pattern on that high wave candle. If you got in at either a break of the red candle or this one right, green candle right here, you could have rode it, and it kind of pulled back here, kind of another flag pattern, but then it showed some weakness up here. You can see it all kind of translates up here on the 5 minute, and it was having struggle. You can see, these candles up here, as you can see, these big green 5 minute candlesticks are these big green flagpoles. At some point it wants to pull back, right? So, 107.06, if you sold somewhere right up in this area, it's still close to a dollar move, right? you know, depending on if you got options or day trading options or so, you know, profit would have been less. But, you know, this was a nice little move earlier in the morning, but it's still holding. If you look at, you know, kind of a inverse head and shoulders-ish on the hourly. Still kind of has an inverse head and shoulders-ish pattern. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It looks a little bit better right here. It needs to get above that 108.16 area. Right up in here. We got to watch and see if it'll still hold. Again, it's got that 200 SMA on the 1 hour to contend with. So we'll see if this thing can go and break out. So it's still holding. Let's look at the daily. You have, again, a double bottom on the daily. Moving average lines are still trading sideways. You like to see this thing push up and get above. But it's still got some room. I'd like to see this thing hold, close its highs a little bit. So it's a little bit bearish at the moment on the 5 minute. You'd like to see price turn a little bit. So it's got to get above that 108.16 area. So got at 107.700, 500K print. All right. Nice. So this one's still, it's still in it, but at this point I want to see it get above that 200 SMA on the hourly. So let's take a look at SQ. At or above 76.44. So let's go. And now you can see this is in a rising wedge. We took a risk putting this one on here. Again, sometimes, guys, we're trying to get you some plays in a market where it's not looking so hot. Sometimes you got to get, you know, if we can get you in on something that can give you a quick pop. You know, again, be careful. Many of these day trades become, or swing trades become day trades. So, you know, you got to look at this right here. You can see price. What do we say? 107, or let me go back. At or above 76.44. Let me put that back on here. Where is it? 76. It should be right here. Previous close. All right. So big cup and handle on the hourly. Be aware of stock trading at all-time highs. 77 possible resistance. It's got, let me go to the hourly. So it has kind of a cup and handle-ish right here. Cup handle-ish. And this one, let's go to the 1 minute and then the 5 minute. Seeing if I like this one at all, the setup on this. The 5 minute just kind of ran, and it didn't give you a shot. So it just kind of went up. I don't like this 5 minute high wave candle. I don't like trading it in here. Now, possible when it's coming back in here, but I don't like the real sharp, steep down. It's not as flagging as I would like it to be. But this is a possible entry down as a pullback down in here. Maybe above as it breaking the 76 area right here, but I still don't love I don't love the pattern. So you could have waited. You can see this is still, it was holding the 9 on the 1 minute, but it wasn't giving you really bullish confirmation, right? I'd like to see a kind of a more of a bullish greenish candle. Now maybe right here you could have taken an entry above this one using a close below here as your stop, looking for an anticipation of a break of high of day. Still a little bit shaky. Still don't love the setup as much. Again, hindsight's 20/20, right? But you can see then over here it kind of started building almost kind of like an ascending triangle, like a flat top. And it kind of went up, broke back down, up, back down, held here. And then 77.99. This was a nice kind of flat top break up here. And then you could see over, you know, when you start getting this highway candle, kind of tweezer tops on a 5 minute, you got to get out. So you can see, guys, these ones, they're moving, but you got to be quick, right? It's just kind of the market that we're in right now. If you're trading these bigger stocks, you know, trying to swing them long, you're kind of maybe going to get a day out of them many times, and that's about it. Maybe a couple days. You just got to watch. That's where you got to look for a proper entry. You know, and you can see this 5-minute candle is kind of a high wave candle, which causes this indecision over here. And you can see it's just kind of a messy setup. So it did pop, and then what did it do? It's kind of dumped and gave it back. Now it's kind of in a descending triangle-ish pattern right now. So it's let me look in the daily. So at this point, you got to be careful. It's forming a possible doji candle on the daily, which might be warning you for a reversal on the way down. So this might actually, maybe, Angel, if you're listening, this one square might be a possible put to the downside to the moving average lines. We've been teaching Angel, who's awesome. She does lots of work with us. We've been showing and teaching her the watch list and how we do things. So she's been doing a great job. So this is, again, watching these candlestick guys. Again, doesn't mean square won't continue up long term. Just shows as it starts to go up, possibly gets overextended, it might pull back a little bit, right? These doji might come back down to the moving average lines before going up. It's still in an uptrend, but, you know, you got to be careful of these rising wedges. Sometimes they break out and then they fall right down real quick. What was the other one we had? Goldman Sachs. So Goldman Sachs has been very tricky lately. You can see this really nice looking left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So it's got an inverse head and shoulders right here. Kind of a cup right here, pattern forming right in here. Another kind of inverse head and shoulders here. It's being stubborn on that breakout. Needs to get above that 239-ish area. And you'll see today, so we had, what do we have? At or above 239.34, inverse head and shoulders on the daily. What's up, Angel? Watch for resistance at 200 SMA. So right here, it didn't break above this morning, so it failed this morning. So it's having trouble breaking out, but you can see this area, this 239 or 240 area is very important. If this thing can go and break out, it's got some room to run up to that 200 SMA. Let's look at the hourly. Hourly kind of has a cup and handle-ish, but it's showing some weakness now on the hourly. I want to see it above these moving average lines. So you'll see it's kind of failing at the moment. But watch, see if it holds right down here and forms a possible double bottom to maybe go up and reverse. So the pattern's still holding on the daily. It's just showing weakness on the hourly and the 5-minute right now. So it's something to keep an eye on. Again, these swing trades, very, very difficult lately. Let's take a look at some of these small caps, see how they did. EMHTF. So EMHTF. So EMHTF at or above 331, which would have probably, yep, yesterday's close. 331. Big cup on the daily. Watch for resistance at the 200 SMA and $4. So, you know, kind of has a big, kind of a cup pattern, also a double bottom. Bottom here, bottom here. So cup, double bottom, you can kind of put them together. Watch for resistance at the 200 SMA and $4. So what did it do today? Right at the 200 SMA, it actually got a little bit above, and then it pulled back around that 378. So let's take a look over here on the 1 minute. EMHTF is one of the pot stocks, I believe. I think it's a Canadian pot stock. So it looks like that sector's starting to try to run. So the only thing with stock like this, sometimes they get a little choppy with the volume. So you can see that just the candles look a little bit messy. So I don't like it on the 5-minute at all. But you can see right at that line, that 355 area. If you look at the daily, 355 was that 200 SMA. So when you go back to the hourly or the 5-minute, you'll see price kind of. Let me go back to the 5-minute. Kind of formed this hammer, this red hammer on a 5 minute. You could have taken a trade on this one, 335 down to 322, but it's still a little bit, you know, if you're looking at that one, let me put a line above that hammer, 335. Yeah, you can kind of get in on the U bottom. It is starting to curl up the moving average lines here. So if you waited for it to come back around like this, kind of, now it's starting to close above the moving average line, starting to separate. You could have gotten it at the break of this candle, but then at this point, it starts to get, if you didn't get in right here, then really quickly on the 1 minute, it starts to get a little bit messy up here, and then it pulls back. And as you can see up here, now you have a line up here coming back around. Now it's forming kind of an ascending triangle. So this is kind of more of a pattern where if you miss it over here, kind of consolidating down, coming up, and now you have kind of a flat top break. You could take it in above that 356, and you can see really quickly this thing went 355 right up to 371. So let's look back over here. Yeah, you'll see, again, remember with these small cap stocks, they go up really quick, and then you better take your profits, right? Again, if you're looking to scalp, you know, 355 up to 370-ish, 367 area, you know, you're looking to scalp 10, 15 cents, right? You're not looking to hold home runs on this. So again, kind of a cup pattern, breaks out a little bit. Don't love it there. Comes up, kind of an ascending triangle here, a little bit of a break here, indecision coming back down. It's still a little bit messier for me. And then you got your 10-cent move, and then on the 5 minute, just gets a little bit messy from there. Now you have a new high of day right up in here. So now you can say, okay, possible ascending triangle forming. Let's see what it did the rest of the day. Look at that. Goes right back up here at the end of the day. Tweezer tops on a 5 minute, right back down. So the thing, remember guys, you're looking for these patterns, super important. But remember, on these small cap stocks, many times they will give you false breakouts and dump right back down. Especially you got to be aware of the market, what it's doing, indecision, all of that stuff as well. So, you know, ascending triangles seem to be a little bit, you know, the patterns are a little bit more reliable on the higher cap stocks. You know, and these small cap stocks do obey them, but many times again, these things will go up a tiny bit and then they dump right back down. You'll see this thing just drops real hard. So you got to find these patterns, but also be aware of what type of stock it is as well. All right, let me take a look at a couple more. Let's see, GLT at or above 1898. What did that one do today? 1898. Look at the daily chart. So GLT, price at the base of gap, watch for gap to fill with 200 SMA as resistance as well as top of the gap. So top of gap up here, 200 SMA up here. What did price do? So now you can see kind of a cup pattern, almost inverse head and shoulders-ish, a little bit messy. Price goes up right into the gap, that 1898 area, and then it dumped. So let's take a look if there was a good setup on this. On the 5 minute, maybe kind of had a cup and handle-ish. Let's take a look. Also, not a ton of volume. So you'll see right in here, it's not doing much of anything, right? On the 1 minute, not doing much of anything for a while. Then it started to get some volume picking up. But you can see kind of a cup and handle-ish in here, and then when it broke out above that 1918 area, so you can see kind of a cup, handle-ish right in here. Kind of like that, right? Kind of a cup, handle-ish. That's why, again, guys, remember, you want to have a good pattern on the daily. You want to have a good intraday 5 minute setup. Look at where it's at in the hourly, and then find your entries on a 1 minute. You can start to see it pulls back right over in here, and as it gets above this area here, you can take a trade, right? And this candle here, you could take possibly, again, it's not a great setup, but if you were to anticipate it getting in, you can see the moving average line starting to separate in a 5-minute. You'll see kind of over in here, I had this red candle. You could attempt in over in here. Again, not a lot of volume. That's the thing you got to be very careful of, though, right? So I'm just, again, hindsight's 20/20, not a ton of volume. But these are the patterns you're looking for. Kind of a cup and a handle, holding on a 5-minute. If you risked it, you risk a smaller candle, close on the bottom. And that kind of goes and breaks out a little bit. But it just, this was very choppy. So it did go up, but it's just, I don't know if I would have risked on that one. Pattern wasn't so hot in that one. Let's take a look at CVSI, CNAB, these pot stocks, pump and dumps, remember. Take a look at CNAB at or above 77 cents. Let's take a look at CNAB. And look at this one. So this one just went up. So again, we were trying to see if there's possible continuation for a pump. Remember, don't hold these things long term. Want to see if this had a big day yesterday. Would it pump up again? Maybe get rejected below right up here in the 200 SMA. And what did it do? It kind of just double topped on a 5-minute and dumped. So a top here, dump. Garbage. CVSI, I think that's another pot stock one. At or above 713, history of pumping, bullish in all time frames. Watch for resistance around 920. So yeah, so again, history of pumping and dumping. So it kind of pumped up, dumped back down, held the 9. This is where it gets iffy, right? These are ones that, like, normally I wouldn't look at CVSI, right? I wouldn't even really look at this one, you know, just when it gets messy like that. But because it's a pot stock, if it's a sector going, you're looking for volatility, you might get another possible pump up. And you'll see at or above that 713 area. What did that do today? It just, on this one, let's see if we would have traded it. No, it just, not even just really an entry, just dumped. Now, when it sells off, you can look for a possible dip buy. But you got to be careful on big candles like this, you know. Want to have smaller risk. So, just kind of one of those days. Not looking so hot today, guys. Yeah, AMD. Current inverse head and shoulders on the 1 minute. Let's take a look at AMD. Look at that breakout, huh? So AMD had an ascending triangle breakout recently. Got up to 20. So now it's at 22.29 on the day. It's a bit overextended. We'll see, is it all-time highs? Let's take a look. All-time highs. At some point this thing may want to pull, well, maybe not. Okay, so it's still got some room. Got room to go up to that 24.76. Kind of a big double bottom, kind of cup and handle. It's a bit overextended. Possibly due for a pullback soon, but it's still kind of moving up. So this one could go either way at the moment. You got to be careful buying at these tops, right? You want to wait for pullbacks. So you look at the chart on a daily. This thing's super overextended. You like to see it pull back a little bit, maybe down this area a little bit. Like to see it. There's a gap down right here. It may want to pull back before going up. Again, not saying it's going to crash or dump, but it may want to pull back at some point. It's a bit overextended, but it could still go up. You know, kind of an ascending triangle on a 5-minute. So it's got this gap down when it wants to pull back, if it does at some point. So we're going to kind of watch and see. So, guys, I just want to jump in for a little bit, do a little bit of a recap video for you guys today. As you guys can see, going into the close here, futures are just messy. And I mean, the roller coaster, right? At some point, this thing will hopefully choose a direction. It has been going up, but it's still kind of in this rising wedge. These get more of a roller coaster when you do this. So, you can see resistance, these blue lines, support down here. It's trading right in the middle of this rising wedge with these smaller candles, which is just indecision, right? Gotta love it. So I'll fill you guys in on some of the updates we've made recently. So for those of you guys that have been lurking around for freebies for a while, we gave you guys warning after warning after warning after warning after warning for a few weeks that pricing was going to change. We are officially changed. We are officially at our regular rates now. Everything's up and running smoothly. It's all good. You won't get any more emails from us about crazy promotion type of things. So at this point, if you want to come join our community and you haven't already, great news is we're still only $49 a month. Compare it to most trading companies out there and all the stuff you get, you know, it's a quarter, if not a third less than, you know, pretty much what's out there. But again, if you're new to watching this, you'll see we have a day trade room, a swing trade room, a futures room. So this is where we do all of our live chatting every morning. We also do watch lists at night and trade alerts. So the watch list we send out to everybody, including free members. You'll see that we added a banner here for our free candlesticks ebook. So if you haven't gotten our free ebook, make sure you click on this. If you see right here by clicking on it, I'll open up a new browser. You're going to get our ebook, and you're also going to get our wallpaper backgrounds as well. So if you click on right here, you'll see right here, you'll get our custom candlesticks wallpaper backgrounds, which are basically what you see. Here's one of them that you'll see right here, kind of in the background here. So we have custom-made wallpaper backgrounds. If you haven't gotten these yet, make sure that you opt in over here. You'll get our ebook as well as our wallpaper backgrounds. There's 3 or 4 of them that we put in there. So make sure you get those, as well as if you are a paid member, we do email out our trade alert setups every night. If you don't know how our alerts work, make sure you read them here. Again, don't just take a trade just to take a trade. We are not a stock pumping service. If you join our community, again, for those who've been around listening for a while, what's up, Bo? How's it going? We are not a stock pumping service. We are all about giving a hand up, not a hand out. We are not a charity here. We are a business that tries to help you guys become really good traders. And if you want to become a good trader, a professional trader, you're going to have to come to work every day and roll up your sleeves and work. There's no other way around it. If you're looking for companies to call out alerts to you and help you make millions of dollars, first of all, it's never going to happen, right? Not going to happen. You have to learn trading yourself. You will not get rich quick in the stock market. You might have a couple hits and get lucky, and then you'll eventually blow up your account if you don't know how to know. If you don't know support and resistance, very simple. You need to know how to trade, and that's what we have set up here. We have a whole community. We have a community on Facebook. We have trade rooms over here for you to learn. We're going to be adding a forum in the coming weeks. So you'll have a forum on our website at some point. And we have thousands of dollars worth of courses over here. So if you're new and you're just discovering us, you know, get started over here. There's some people that reach out and say, hey, do you guys do personal coaching, stuff like that? We do on certain cases. We do for those that are serious, right? We don't want to charge hundreds of dollars and take your money if you're not serious, right? First of all, you're just going to waste your money, right? If you want somebody to handhold you and teach you all that stuff, by the way, you're never gonna make it, right? You have to put in the work, right? That's why we give you courses here first. We give you thousands of dollars worth of courses. For those that go through our courses, they really study, they've put in hours, they learn. Then somebody wants personal coaching, they're really willing to learn and put in the hard work, then reach out to us. But if you're new, you're coming in, you're like, oh, I just want to pay for coaching. I want to learn how I get rich quick. You're not going to happen. You're just going to waste your money. You're going to pay us money and you're going to never learn trading, right? We want serious people in our community that want to learn trading. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You're not going to get rich quick in the stock market. Not going to happen. So I put that out there again. We have courses to really help you, to get you started. If you want to learn, if you're new, again, we encourage you, join our community. Go into the trade room of your choosing, whether you want to be a day trader, swing trader, practice, talk to people in there, take our courses, take our watch lists and alerts at night, and open a practice account in Thinkorswim and Interactive Brokers and make hundreds of practice trades over the next 3 to 6 months until you're comfortable trading. If you do not become successful trading in a paper account, you have absolutely zero business trading with real money, right? Think about it. If you're a doctor and you get out of med school, are you going to go and open up and cut somebody open without going to, I keep forgetting it every time. There's Angel, what is that again? It's called, what? When you go to like, dang it, I always forget that terminology. Where you got to go to that place where you learn, practice cutting people open. What is that called? I forget the name of it. Angel will remind me. I'll wait for it to, right? So you're not going to go cut somebody open unless you practice for a while first, right? So think about it. You want to come into the stock market, you want to make money trading, and you've never practiced successfully? That's stupid, right? Why would you do something like that? You're going to blow up your account. But unfortunately, that's what residency, that's what it's called. I just came to me in my brain here. Residency, that's what a doctor does. They go to residency, right? Practice. So think about it. But there's so many traders that come in, they want to get rich quick. They find some guru that they're going to copy their trade alerts, and they don't realize that they're copying a guru in a trade and out of a trade late, right? The guru is telling you after they got in, and they're telling you after they got out. And that means their traders, their people that are following them, are following in after them each time. So you're chasing. So I say all this stuff, guys, because trading is hard, and we set you guys up to become good traders if you're willing to put the work in. And that's what we have. We have a whole community set up. Again, Facebook, trade rooms, trade alerts, watch lists, thousands of dollars worth of courses. Guys, we could easily redo these courses, put up some fancy banners, and charge $1,000 a pop. We could easily charge $1,000 for our day trading course, easy for $1,000 for our swing trading course, $1,000 options course. Bundle these together and say, hey, $3,000, right? We can sell our courses, $3,000, boom, easily. Never mind our candlestick courses and our tutorials on how to set your platform up. I say this because just because we have things for free doesn't mean it's not valuable. It's very important, right? Very important to practice. What else was I going to show you guys here? I was logged in and then now I'm not. There is a members only section. Let me see if I can go down over here and pull that up. It was up. Let me do this. All right. So there's a members section. This is what I want to show you guys for those that are members listening. Number one, we do our live streaming every morning here. So if you're new, log into your account every day, come up here to the members only section, click on live streaming, and every morning by 9:15 a.m., we post our links to live streaming here. We share our Trade Ideas live screen share. That's a $120 a month scanner that we give every morning for free to show to you guys. Again, try it before you buy it. So we share our Trade Ideas link right here. We encourage you to get your own copy, but only when you can afford it. And then we do 2 streams. We do a live Zoom trade stream, a live Zoom screen share, which is no delay. Right here, you can come in, you can see our live screens every day without delay. And then we do YouTube for those that like YouTube. You know, some people just like like using YouTube better. So we post all of our links here every day, right? So you come in each morning, you log in, choose what screen share you want. If you want to look at Trade Ideas right here, and then we go for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And for those of you guys who have been watching us for a while now, you might be looking and going on YouTube saying, where the heck are the replays on YouTube right now? I don't see them anymore. And for you newbies that are free, that want everything free, well, too bad. You're not getting it free anymore. No more free streams for you guys. You're going to have to pay to get it, right? So for some of you guys that get offended, I'm joking, but I'm actually serious. I'm joking as I'm trying to be silly, but at the same time I'm being serious because we took the live streams off and the streaming replays are now only for paid members. So if you're a paid member, when you log into your account, under this members only section, you will see streaming replays right here. So each day we'll post the live streams here by 9:15, and then you'll see the streaming plays, shortly after the replays right under here. So just go under members only and you'll see the streams right here. And also we have members only videos. We have lots of content for paid members. That's private content. So when you become a member, you also get all of this private content as well. So as you guys can see here, if you click on subscribe, we are only $49 per month. Now, some of you guys would be like, wait a second, I thought they're not $10 anymore. Why is there a $10 option? Well, we do have a $10 starter option over here. This is for people that only want our watch lists and swing trade alert setups. You do get the replays of our trade room, but not access to our trading rooms, our live day trading room, swing trading room, futures room, members only content, trade idea scanner, live screen share, all of this good stuff. We are only $49 a month, guys. $49. Literally, go type in Google right now and type in trade rooms, trade alerts. Go type it in Google right now if you're new and wondering what the pricing is, and you'll see it's a lot more than $49 a month. Again, we didn't up our pricing to gouge anybody. We're just growing as a community. We have a lot more we want to give back to you. More people want to bring on board, show you guys multiple different ways to trade. So that's that. So basically, if you want to come join us and get everything, we're $49 per month or $25 per month paid annually. So it's a one-time payment of only $300, right? So that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully this helped you guys. Just want to connect with you guys, show you guys. Again, I've been away for a few days. But again, if you remember, log in every day here, choose your trade room, and come over to the members only section. You'll see our live streaming here and our replays over here. And for those of you that are paying members, you will now get our replays right under here each day. So hopefully this helped you guys. And I think tomorrow morning I will be doing the stream. So I will see you guys all in the morning. Enjoy.